Hi, I'm Matt Brown, I'm the Executive Chef of Hawksmoor. This is your Porterhouse box and we're going to talk about the main parts within the box. So you have a 35-day aged Porterhouse from native breeds. We have our Ultimate oven chips. These chips are exactly like we do in Hawksmoor, but slightly bigger. Exactly the same process with fluffing them up, getting broken edges, blanched in beef dripping, then chilled. And then within the box you have some lovely little nuggets of beef dripping there, just to finish them off through the oven, get a nice coating, nice and crispy. We have another Hawksmoor staple, which is the cream spinach, amazing with steak. Should have a slight nutmeggy taste, a little bit of spice with cayenne. It's seasoned already. All you have to do with this is literally just reheat it. We have our Madeira jus, which you're going to make bone marrow gravy. So you have some bone marrow, you bring this to the boil, scoop it out, whisk it together, and you're all ready to go. So now we're going to cook and season our steaks. I've got a pan here, I'm going to heat it up for 5 minutes till it's nice and smoky. Okay, if you notice within your oven chips, you have these lovely nuggets of beef dripping. Just take one, throw it into your pan, melt that down. This will help give your steak a nice caramelization, dark brown colour on the outsides. Take our steak, our Maldon sea salt. And season it really generously on both sides. And just save a little for your chips. So our pan's nice and smoking, it's nice and hot. This is quite a thick steak, so you might have to go up, down, just regulate your temperature. This is probably going to take 15 minutes. Probably about 7 or 8 minutes on both sides. We're going to use a probe as well to check the temperature. I want this medium rare. Okay, we're going to check our steak. We want a nice golden brown colour. And that's perfect. That's the colour we're looking for. That's been about 7 or 8 minutes on that side. Another 7 or 8 minutes, then we're going to give it a probe. Okay, so now our oven chips, just in a nice oven tray, all in. The little pieces of beef dripping. It's 180°C for 20 minutes. But after 10 minutes, give them a nice toss. So our steak's nicely coloured on both sides, but what you want to do is you've got this lovely piece of fat here. Try and crisp that up slightly, so turn your heat up nice and high. Literally take 2 minutes, just want to render it more. Then we're going to probe it and give it a good rest. Okay, just for a few minutes. Back in. Turn it off. We're going to cook this medium rare. So what we're looking for is about 42 degrees. It's going to come up 10 degrees. After a good rest, it'll be perfect. It's fine. Just rest it somewhere nice and warm in your kitchen. And this lovely caramelization, this golden color is what you're looking for. Okay, we're going to check our chips. These have been in 10 minutes now. Give them a little turn. Then back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to make our bone marrow gravy. You take your Madeira jus, bring it to the boil really, really quickly with your bone marrow shafts and a spoon. Just try and take out nice, large nuggets of bone marrow. Not being too aggressive with it. You don't want any of these horrible little needles in there. So we're up to the boil. Bone marrow in. Give it a nice whisk. You want to cook it for 4 or 5 minutes just so all the bone marrow goes nice and soft. But a lot of fat comes out of the bone marrow. You want to emulsify that back in, which is by boiling and whisking at the same time. While that's on there, we're going to reheat our cream spinach. All you have to do this is reheat it, that's it. It doesn't need any seasoning. We've done all that for you. Cream spinach, just keep an eye on it. What you don't want it to do is catch. So our oven chips are ready. You know when they're ready when you get that perfect sound, that crunchy sound here. Little shake, some Maldon sea salt. Then in These have got lovely fluffy broken edges. So there's our chips. With your gravy, just give it a nice whisk. Make sure all the fat's emulsified back into the actual jus. There's our bone gravy. And then our cream spinach. Okay, so we're ready to slice our porterhouse. This is the last thing you want to do. Lift it up, 12 o'clock. Going to go down one side, as close to the bone as possible, all the way around on the other. And you can do exactly the same on this side with a fillet. Like so. Put that on our board there. And we like nice thick slices. Just move that round slightly. Then you're going to put it back together. Like that, twist it around. Goes back in there. And we have our cream spinach, our bone marrow gravy, and ultimate oven chips. There you have your Porterhouse box. Enjoy.